Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to today's episode of Sadie and Friends. Be sure to go on, if you wouldn't mind, leave a review. You can do that on Apple.
Why are you being so needy? You realize how unattractive that is to me?
On Spotify, you can leave just stars. So if you want to leave a review, that would be amazing. I get so excited when I get a new review. And also be sure to check out the website, sadieandfriends.net, for your chance to win prizes. There's lots of blogs and so much more. But before we get started, I have to thank my friends over at Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They're in the community, folks. They're deep in the community.
That sounds weird.
I actually just saw them a couple of days ago at a community event for the school. They care. They care about where they live. They care about their neighbors. And they have an amazing,
So I'll say it twice.
amazing amount of great reviews from people that I talked to from their website. Go to polarbearpha.com. And while you're there, check out the $99 spring deal that they've got going on. You should definitely get your AC looked at. What's weird is this last weekend, it was so warm. It was like perfect weather.
Woohoo!
And then we're going into next weekend. What if I told you it's going to get cold again and it just might snow?
Go!
Right? That means if you're like my home, it's going back and forth. The temperature's going up and down because I like to be comfortable when it comes to the temperature. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to make sure to have them come out and do a complete system checkup for just $99. Again, that is such a great deal. And make sure that everything is running well, because here's the deal. You may turn your AC on and you may think to yourself, okay, it's feeling good. The cold air's coming out. It's doing what it should do. What if I told you that it might be just using so much more energy because it's bogged down, because it's old? We all get old and tired and need a tune-up every now and again, and it's the same for your AC unit. So get it checked before that incredibly hot weather comes, and it comes to stay.
You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby. I'm on fire.
The hot weather where you can see like the heat lines over the concrete. You don't want any of that. You want to know you can go into your house and it's going to be a comfortable frozen tundra. So thank you so much to Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air for being a sponsor of the podcast. They are wonderful to work with, and you'll find that out when you work with them. Go check them out. That $99 sale they got going on for this, it cannot be beat. Go online today. PolarBearPHA.com. That's PolarBearPHA.com. Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air is a proud sponsor of the Sadie and Friends podcast.
I'm gonna say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
We get our necklace says best friends forever.
You sure you want it to say forever? I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Hey, everybody. I was going to change it to hello. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. That sounds like Mr. Burns. So I'm just going to
15 seconds, not even 5 seconds in, and you're second guessing yourself.
I really am. I don't know what is going on with me lately, but I didn't want to just continue to go, hey guys, but that just is what I'm comfortable with. So that's how I'll start it. Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to today's episode of Sadie and Friends. It's brought to you by some amazing sponsors. You just heard me talking about one, Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
So good.
Garage Door Service and Sales.
Amazing. They really are.
Is another one. And then to round it out, we've got Christiana Salon Spa.
I love them.
Thank you to all of them. And let's just jump right into it. My guest today, my friend, is my friend for life, whether you like it or not, buddy.
Friend for life?
Friend for life.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to jump into, because I'm still fascinated with this ridiculous space, whatever it was, the trip to
Blue
space.
Origin.
Blue Origin. It was an all-female mission. And it was called, the spaceship was called New Shepard NS-31. Okay. It's a company owned by Jeff Bezos, the Blue Origin. And yesterday, or I guess when this airs 2 days ago, it will have gone into space. The group of women, it was not just Katy Perry who went up, which we all heard about, and we're going to cover that in a second. It was also Gayle King and then Jeff's fiance, not wife, but...
Wait. Fiance? They haven't been married?
They haven't been married yet. Lauren Sanchez.
I think they're married.
Also, no way.
Okay.
I'm reading it.
Okay.
Producer Carrie Ann Flynn, and then scientist Aisha Bowe and Amanda Niagen, which I think I'm probably saying that wrong. And it made sense that some people were like, this is really great because it's an all-female mission. And, you know, it's telling little girls of the world that they can also go into space. And I think this was like $1 billion to do. And when Katy Perry when they got up there, which it was an 8-minute. Yesterday in the news, they were talking about how it was a 10-minute. They were in space for 10 minutes. They were actually...
I think you said 4.
Really?
Maybe that's just how long it took Katy Perry to sing It's a Wonderful World. Or What a Wonderful World.
Okay, so that's what I also want to touch on. The fact that, yes, Katy Perry got up in space and then she sang What a Wonderful World, which is originally sang by Louis Armstrong. Here's a clip of the classic song.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Katy Perry and Gayle King made it a point to talk about how this was women empowerment. Oprah was there to watch it take off. And they were the first women. Katy Perry said, we're the first women to wear eyelash glue and get glam in space. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
I just don't have thoughts. I don't have thoughts. Have you seen the Blue Origin rocket, though?
Yeah, it looks like a penis.
Doesn't it?
It looks like a penis. And I don't know what subliminally they're trying to tell us, but really weird, all male. Given how short the mission was, not much actually happened other than, again, Katy Perry singing together, which I find to be so cringy. I wonder if that was planned prior. So according to reports, allegedly Gayle King said that she wanted Katy Perry to sing the entire time. And Katy Perry said, no, Gayle King, it's not about me.
Because we've been asking her to sing all the time and she wouldn't.
It's not about me. It's not about singing my songs. It's about a collective energy in there. It's about us. It's about making space for future women.
I think you're obsessed with this mission.
End quote. Yeah, because I find it to be such a waste of money.
I don't think so. No, it's not a waste of money. It's progress.
Well, okay. Well, we're going to disagree on this one because I find it
was going out to space and the moon a waste of money.
Yes, it was, because no one lives on the moon.
No, but in the development of that, we had, 400 new inventions, essentially MRIs, all the way down to Velcro, so it's always about progress.
Can I tell you, I listened to a Joe Rogan where he talked about the fact that he doesn't believe the spacewalk even happened.
Spacewalk or what?
Or moon.
Moonwalk?
It was just incredibly cringy, the fact that she did that. And then when Katy Perry, when they got back to Earth, she's so dramatic. She got out, she gets out, she kisses the ground, she's back on Earth. It was like, chick, you've been gone for 8 minutes. Okay, like what about those astronauts that were left in space for 9 months? Could you even imagine if we shipped Katy Perry off for 9 months and we were like, oops, we can't get you back down? But obviously it was like a low risk space mission. So Katy Perry, don't worry, was never in any danger. And she got up there and sang a song. And I find that if I were one of the women on the mission, I'd be like, oh, God. Oh,
I know you wouldn't want to go to space, but would you be okay with me going to space?
Sure, I would.
You wouldn't worry about my safety or family or any of that?
No, I definitely would worry, but I wouldn't want to tell you not to because I think you would get a lot out of that experience.
Because I heard that Ashton Kutcher was going to go. However, I heard that Mila asked him not to go.
Oh, really? His wife, Mila Kunis, said no?
Because people have died in space.
Which is true, but wouldn't you...
Or on their way to space, I guess.
Say they come to you and say, we're going to send you up into space.
Yeah.
And this is something that you've always been like, I would totally do that.
All my favorite movies are about space.
Yeah, but you're kind of making me feel like a shitty wife because I'm not like, I'm afraid for your safety. Of course, I'd be afraid for your safety, but
not enough to talk me out of it because we have a family.
Well, I mean, see, why are you making me the bad guy?
I'm not. I didn't think you
hypothetical.
would. I didn't think you would. I had heard that, and I was always like, oh, I'd totally do that. And then I heard the story that Ashton Kutcher wanted to go, but he has young kids, and Mila talked him out of it, and whatever. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that does make sense. But I'd still want to go.
So, would you go?
I'd love to,
knowing that. There's a risk. I know you would love to, but would you? Could you look at our children and say, okay, I'm flying to space and I hope I don't die and it's for no reason.
If it was for the Blue Origin, go up for 8-10 minutes and come back down. Okay. If it's something like, let's just say I trained to be an astronaut and was up there and so many things have gone wrong with that I don't think that would be something I would do. However, if it was just like what they're kind of doing now, which is like space tourism, right? Get in this thing. You don't got to do anything. We're going to shoot you up there and you'll come back down. I think that would be pretty cool.
I will say the re-entry that they had it was kind of funny. I saw on the news this morning that they were playing a clip of them being dropped down because, you get dropped down in a little capsule.
Yeah.
And they were being dropped down and they had microphones inside and the girls were all screaming.
Milliseconds, air cushion that will kick up the dust. It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
Which, if you watch this come down, I think it is not going to stop. It is going to just plummet into the earth. And all the girls are like, ah!
Well, yeah, because I haven't seen that, but if it's anything
but you got to think the two astronaut scientists are like, shut the fuck up.
God damn it, Katy Perry. But yeah, if it's anything like, what was it? The space shuttles were like, there's a heat shield coming down. You're just basically on a ball of fire coming down. I don't know if Origin's like that, but yeah.
No, it didn't look like a ball of fire. It just looked like a little, and they were flying down and they were screaming like bloody murder, which I would too. Cause like I said, when you see them falling, they are falling fast. And I'm like, oh my God, could you just even imagine? Incredibly crazy.
No, I think
totally the singing though in space I would jump out. I'd open a door and be like, I'm going to get out of this situation. That's like bringing a guitar to a party. Then everybody's got to stop what they're doing and listen to the guitar, even if you're not interested in it.
Okay. We're not going to go back to that talk.
Well, I hate to tell you, but yesterday didn't actually work. I'm telling you that right now. I checked everything. I don't know why it didn't work. Seriously, usually I'll check something and go, son of a biscuit. I didn't do it. So I'm a little nervous about today because it's going very smoothly. But yeah, yesterday I'm like, oh, shit.
Hold on. So we recorded an episode that didn't air?
Yeah, Ryan, we did.
That's like the 7th time that's happened.
And it's probably going to happen 7 more times in the next couple of months. And I'm sorry. And I don't know what to say, but we're wasting time.
Are we though? Because are you actually even doing this right now?
I actually am scared that we're going to get up. But I recorded with Scott last night and it was fine. And then when you left and I checked and I'm like, no, it didn't record. I went back. I did a test run. It was fine. I don't know what the problem was. It just makes no sense. And everything is right. I'm calling it a fluke. I'm not going to blame myself.
A fluke? A fluke happens once in a blue moon. This has happened, I'd say 37% of the times that we record for you.
So I just don't want you to think we're repeating ourselves.
Okay, because we did an episode. Oh my God.
I know, but we got to spend 30 minutes of face-to-face conversation.
We sure did. We sure did.
Okay, I'm going to segue off of that. And we're going to talk about, because I so believe with mental health, I really am big on, not only mental health, but mindset and how your mindset controls everything. It truly, truly does, because what you put out in your thoughts, it comes back to you. And if you think about it in a sense where, and I could go on all day, I'm like, this is like my passion is talking about this. But if you think about this and the brain waves that you put out, say you wake up in the morning, here's an example. You wake up in the morning and you get up, and the first thing that happens when you're walking to go to the bathroom is you stub your toe. It hurts incredibly bad. And then you're pissed because it hurts so bad, and what a way to start the day. And then you're pissed off because the kids won't get moving for school. And then you're angry because you get in your car and it's the check engine light came on. And it seems to be like a domino effect. And they say that is just coming from your thoughts and the energy that you're bringing into your own universe. Gosh, I sound like such a crazy hippie, but I truly believe. And some people know what this is because of The Secret. Anyway, so I have a list, and this is people revealing the tiny lifestyle tweaks. So a tweak that I would tell people is if you start the morning and you stub your toe and you laugh it off, I know it hurts, but just say, it's okay. It's okay. And that mindset, you won't go down that road of now everything is going to go wrong. Because again, I believe it's a ripple effect. Yeah. So number one, and I want to see if you agree with these.
We're here. You finally got to the list.
It's called the setup, mother.
Setup? Okay.
Okay. Number one. And I so agree with this. I am more this way than you are.
Okay.
Choosing your battles. Sometimes it's okay not to reply to comments. And so, it's like the let them theory by Mel Robbins.
Sure.
And sometimes it's okay to end the conversation. And sometimes it's okay to just disengage and leave. I know that anytime you and I get into a little tiff, I'm more apt to be like, I'm going to walk away right now. And you are not that. You're like, no, we have to talk about it.
Sure.
And that drives me insane. So I'm asking that you, Ryan, listen to number one.
Got it. Locked in. Number one.
Number two, this person said she started painting. She said she has zero training, zero skill, zero talent. But when she's making her art, time just collapses. Who talks like that? And I'm in the zone and it keeps me from doom scrolling. See, now this is where this makes sense to me because I find myself doom scrolling. And that is something I was even just this week thinking, what if I just shut down all my social media?
You could never do it.
I think I could do it.
You could never do it.
You know what social media is good for? It's good for things that really aren't good for you. For me, it's good for videos of people falling down. It's good for people getting into fights and then I get sucked into it where I'm reading all the comments. It's good for those things, but those things really aren't healthy. They're not good for you. It's not good to revel in somebody who's like, this. My cousin's a crackhead, and then I get sucked in and I'm like, gotta look up the cousin.
You know this.
Yes.
But you still do it.
But I still do it. But again, I'm starting to think, what if I focused my energy on something that was a little more.
Here we go then.
Okay.
So I have the same thing with caffeine. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to cut my caffeine intake in half, right? I'm going to do that. That's my first step. I'm not going to go cold turkey on the caffeine, but I'm going to cut it in half right now and take that step. And then maybe after that, I'll cut that in half and go from there. Right now, what's your screen time?
Oh, I hate it when you do this.
What's your screen time?
It's a lot.
Look it up.
It's a lot. Hold on. Let me look. Screen time.
Just search screen time on your phone.
16 hours.
That's probably today. Let's hear.
Stop. No, you cannot. First of all, I can't check now.
I can't
because
look.
I have this.
You're such a liar. Hold on. We can pause this
Vitamin D is the next thing.
No, go to your screen time.
Hold on.
Show me your screen
If
time.
I lose this list, I'm going to kick your ass right now. Screen time. Okay, let's look. 19 hours.
Let me see.
I'm showing you.
I know, but let me see.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Okay.
I may edit this out.
So, no, we're back to my caffeine intake, right?
Okay.
I'm going to look at your daily average.
Now, here's what's unfair. No,
Okay,
let me
sure.
say something.
Yeah, of
Here's
course.
what's kind of unfair
Of
is
course.
I have to do a lot of posting. I also listen to a lot of podcasts. So I have that kind of going on in the background.
Okay.
And so that
sure.
counts for a big chunk of it.
Big chunk of it. So right now, your daily average this week of screen time on your phone is 19 hours and 16 minutes.
Right. But I listen to podcasts as I go
It
to
is
sleep.
down 20% from last week.
I'm getting better little by little. Can't you see?
App activity.
Can I have my list
I'm
back,
looking.
please?
1 second.
Oh, this is so obnoxious.
Okay. So here's the thing. We're at 20 hours of screen time on your phone a day,
Okay.
which has got to be some sort of world record.
No.
We need to get in hold of the people at Guinness right now.
They're like, when does this bitch sleep?
Here you go. Next week, let's look at this. Can you get down to, drum roll,
Half of that?
half of that?
I don't think I can.
Can you get down to 10 hours of screen time on your phone?
First of all, listen to how you're talking. I'm about to walk away
10
and take
hours.
it from, I'm going to take it from number one and pick and choose my battles.
Okay.
I will try to do better. How about this?
Yeah.
15.
You'll get to.
Listen, I'm going down. I'm telling
I know, but
you.
listen to the one that you had. What was it? Step 3 about don't do it. Don't be on those social media. What was that?
I don't know. Let me look at my list, right? You took it away very rudely.
No, I asked to see your screen time.
But for real, the next one is vitamin D. It's a miracle vitamin. It's good for your gut, good for your brain, good for your heart, good for depression. I think a lot of times people just look at the physical things like good for your heart, good for your brain, and they don't look at your depression. This one is really interesting to me.
Number 5.
Tell me what you think. Think about how little you think about or worry about other people, and then realize that's how little people worry about you.
Yeah.
You can do your own weird stuff. And at the end of the day, if it makes you happy, and that's all that matters, which I think is so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
I think we overthink, should I wear that? I feel like this looks goofy and it would make me happy, but I don't want to look like the weirdo. I think that's a trap that's really easy to fall into. Also helping with depression, and this is like a proven fact. Number 6, I got a dog. I wouldn't still be here if I didn't have my dog around on my worst days. Isn't that saying so much?
Okay.
What are you talking about? This person says, I got a dog. And I think what they're saying is
their life
saved their life, because in their darkest days, they had to take care of the dog. They loved the dog.
Okay. I get that. Yeah.
And similarly, someone else wrote, my cats make my bad days feel better. Pets are amazing. Aren't they amazing?
Yeah. Cats, sure, like cats, but dogs, they just want to make you happy.
That's
always
all they
around.
want. And there's nothing you can do to a dog and they won't love you unconditionally. So pets are a big one on this list. Okay. So this is a big one that I think you have a hard time with. The next one is I actively try to enjoy myself on my days off of work.
That's hard. Although one thing I heard is basically you need a wide interest of things you're getting better at, right? Because sometimes I'll just get locked into work and I'll be thinking about work. And I'm like, okay, no. I need to grow in this sense. I need to grow in learning about something. I need to grow in exercise. I need to grow in something else, because I'll just get locked into work and be like, well, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting better at that right now. And I need to do that.
But do you also think that you need to live more in the moment? Yeah. Instead of thinking about, because I totally agree with what you're saying, but I think that if that then becomes an obsession, that's obviously a bad thing as well. like, okay, I have a day off. I should be doing something. I should be learning something. I should be working out. You do that a lot.
I think about that with like the, the Sabbath, right? People like this.
It's the day of rest.
The day of rest. You don't do anything. You don't drive. I always think of John Goodman in Big Lebowski, just like screaming, it's the Sabbath.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a about the rules?
And when I'm resting or like having a morning of nothing, I think about like, oh yeah, you should, but I can't. I can't just not do something.
I know it's a little, it's troubling.
You know where,
because I can.
Do you know where that's most apparent in the differences between us?
How?
Vacation.
Oh, vacations. When we go on a vacation, I like to sit and read on the beach. And he's like, let's go. Let's go. There's some ancient Aztec. And we just have to take this vehicle with chickens in it 4 hours. And there's people with like machine guns that we have to ride with. And then we're going to go. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Vacation is meant to be where you shut off and it's only about what you want to do, because life is about picking the kid up at school. It's about soccer practice. It's about work deadlines. It's about social interactions, which could be really hard for people.
To paint a picture of how you like your vacations and how I like my vacations, I'm just going to classify them in people. Okay. I think you like your vacations to be a Kardashian type of vacation of just sitting down, right?
How do you know the Kardashians?
I don't. I'm just putting a word association out there that you could probably picture what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
really sad you have to put it in Kardashian talk for.
I like my vacations. Mm-hmm. If I could like have the perfect vacations.
Amazing Race. If I'm the Kardashians, you're the Amazing Race.
Either Amazing Race or Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
That's how I picture my vacations going.
And that's two completely different. And I've even said, why don't you go and get on the shuttle and I will sit and read my book and we can meet up for dinner or we could meet up and do. And he is like, we have to do things together all the time.
Not all the time, but I think that let's go experience some things together. Yeah.
The next one, I stopped reading the comment sections of news articles.
Oh yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Number 12.
Deep, dark abyss.
This is a proven fact of helping people who struggle with mental health. Working out, not even for just the health benefits. It's nice it's a nice
Today, Junior.
I do not know what's wrong with me today. It's a nice reprieve for a portion of the day to focus on something other than what's happening in my life. Yeah. That's what this person wrote. Oh. Instead, I can focus on breathing, on movement, on pushing myself. And I think obviously.
Do you think you'd ever do a cold plunge?
I don't think so.
What about a cold shower?
No, I don't think it's
just to see how you would feel, the dopamine hit that you would get in like the 3 hours of like.
I never get a dopamine hit, and then after that, I'm cold. Sure. I'm always cold.
Well, you try it once. A cold shower, like a 3-minute cold shower, just to see how it feels afterwards.
I don't want to do that.
To even see back.
I know that makes him crazy when I say no. I don't really want to do that. But I don't. Next, I didn't realize my shitty sleep was coming from me never making my bed. You know how good I feel in the morning when I make the bed, which I do every single day. It just feels like a fresh start. It doesn't tempt me into getting back into bed if something happens and I get kind of sad. And so I think making your bed, this one you do.
Uh-oh.
I started taking walks every day. Ryan takes a walk when the sun is coming up and he takes the dog for a walk. And today I watched you leave. I was kind of wishing I could go with you, but we have a child who, if she woke up and I wasn't here, we would go around the block and there would be 911 at our door.
Yeah. We sat outside yesterday. Murphy had a friend over and they were playing around in the house, and there was much more freedom than years past as happens when kids grow up. And we were going to have dinner. And you said, we got dinner. Should we eat inside or outside? And said, it's kind of nice. Let's go eat outside. And we went to eat outside. And within 15 seconds of us putting our food down outside, we saw our 7-year-old carrying a shovel out to the back behind our house
to the green space
to dig a grave for
a bird
dead
she
bird.
found.
And I'm just like, what? She can't be left alone ever.
I really feel like when she's sleeping, I'm at my most peaceful because I read this is kind of dorky, but I don't care. I will color in bed at night just to kind of have something where you don't have to think about it a lot. And then finally on this list, you would never do this. Turn off work-related email notifications.
I've done that on vacations.
Yeah, that's true. You have.
I take them off.
Well, that's it. And oddly enough, we are out of time. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Sadie and Friends. Thank you to my co-host today. It's
your friend for your lifetime.
It's my lifetime best friend. It's Ryan. And we will be back tomorrow. Be sure to go on to sadieandfriends.net. There are different blogs up there, different ways to win amazing prizes. And so go and check that out for your chance to win and maybe be enlightened a little by my stupid blogs that I write. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Sadie and Friends. Be sure to check out the website, sadieandfriends.net, for your chance to win fabulous prizes. Also, nominate people to win fabulous prizes. But before I check out for the day, I just want to say a big thank you to show sponsor, Garage Door Service and Sales. They have been in business for so long, it's hard to wrap my tiny brain around it. I mean, decades and decades. It's family owned and operated, been passed down from generation to generation. So you get people who truly care, because you don't have that great of a reputation and you're not in business that long if you're not taking care of your people and your community. And that's what they do. So if you just need something quick fix, like a squeaky spring, or maybe it's just an old tinny garage door and you want something new and bougie, change the look of your home and get a brand new garage door from Garage Door Service and Sales. Call my friend Patrice and her family. They got your back, and they're going to give you something that you love. Garage Door Service and Sales, a proud sponsor of the Sadie and Friends podcast.